Yes, yes, people. What is happening? Welcome to Saeed TV and welcome back to Manchester United Unfiltered Podcast. We've got James in the building. We're going to have Flawless with us soon. He's just about to enter the building as we speak. Andy couldn't make it today, unfortunately. Like I said to you, people, with these shows, you know what I mean? It's not guaranteed everybody's here every week, but when he can do, he'll be there. So you just have to have some personal issues to deal with. But James, you're the first man in here today. How are you, mate? Everything all good?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Until the news came yesterday that Ronaldo wants to leave. What's that about?
Yep, exactly, mate. You know what I mean? I see you got the gym behind you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're looking to get one of
Always,
them punching bags behind you and just release the
always, mate.
stress.
That's exactly what I was doing when I found out the news. Yeah, straight on punch bag.
Absolutely. Big up to everybody who's locked in straight away, man. Smash a like on the video, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and make sure, people, if you want to become a member of the channel, please do hit that pinned tweet. You know what I mean? It just helps us the channel massively, so we can give you better content. You know what I mean? More camera equipment, whatever you want to name it. So, yeah, man, it'd be appreciated if you can support the channel. Pin tweet for that one. But yeah, man, you know what? I want to start on the Ronaldo situation, but I feel like this De Jong situation, I want to press this first. Where are you on this one now? Because you know what it is with me? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm tired of it, man. I'll be honest with you. This whole transfer saga has been going on now for a month. I think it's 30 days now, if I'm being total honest with you. It's been going on for a month now, James. What do we do? Because I just seen the latest tweet now from Fabrizio Romano. Big up to Flawless in the chat as well. Big up to you, bro. But where are you on this with this De Jong situation? Because it's getting a bit tiring now, isn't it?
Yeah, mate. It is, to be honest. Like I just think like we do a show every Sunday, and I just feel like we've been talking about it forever. I feel like we could be talking about it every Sunday until the transfer window's over, to be honest. We just take so much time to get anything over the line. Now, I see the fan base is fairly split. Some are saying, oh, just walk away. Some are saying, oh, no, it'll get done. We're just waiting for other things to happen. At the end of the day, it's similar to the Ronaldo one for me. We're not in a position where we can walk away. And I don't think, and we'll come on to it later, but I don't think we're in a position where we can let Ronaldo go either. But yeah, what we can do is very much determined by the situation we're in. And unfortunately, we need a midfielder, and Frenkie de Jong fits that. And we may just have to wait this one out and see how it pans out. But yeah, we need him. We can't walk away, man.
Yeah, big up to Flawless in the chat, man. Flawless, before we start anything, man. Everything all good, bro?
Everything's blessed. Big up to you. Apologies on the lateness, fam. Just had some stuff to sort out. That's all.
Come on, man. It's all love, man.
Man, say big up the chat as well, man. Love for having me as always.
Big up the chat, man. Make sure, people, Flawless, I think he's like 90 away from 4,000. So, people, if you could do this before the end of the stream, it would be unbelievable, man. So, make sure you check him out. Sarcasm City, link in the description, people. Follow him, people. Honestly, good content, man. But we got Zayn Biassi here trolling again. Saeed, you lost 25 goals with Ronaldo. We gained 15 with Jesus. Tillemans next. Well, listen, Jesus ain't jumped in your football club yet. So, right now, he's on 0 goals. So, we're going to keep it on that one right now.
He said we gained 15 with Jesus. Jesus has never scored more than 14 goals.
Well, there you go. Exactly.
Let's just put it out there, innit? So we're saying he's going to go to Arsenal and do personal best, Zayn. I'm not too sure about that. But Zayn was telling me last week about Rafinha. I want to know what happened. Tell me, Zayn.
There you go.
What happened? I'm lost. I missed it. What happened to Rafinha going to the Emirates? Talk to me.
Exactly. So listen, hold tight that one on that, Zayn, man. But Flawless, I'm gonna come to you next, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think I've joined officially, I'm the Waiting FC club right now. I'm not getting mentally involved anymore, I'm not lying to you, man. Guys, you know what I mean? I'm normally a kind of a guy who lives it, I breathe it in, I kind of like I'm in there in it, I'm emotional in it, but brother, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm emotionally detached from this transfer window. I'm just waiting CFC. I know we've got a new manager, and I'm just putting my hopes on that this manager can do bits with these players. Because right now, bro, I'll be honest with you, I am waiting CFC. I've joined Nuruddin. I've probably joined you, Flawless. I'm just, whatever happens, I'm cool with it. Like, I'm not bothered. Like, literally.
Yeah, no, I hear that, and that's where I'm at with it. And I've been like that from before this window. Like, this club has not done anything of note since 2013. So I don't know why people expected us to get to 2022 and all of a sudden we were going to turn it around in one window. I say it all the time. I say it all the time, my bad. I say it all the time. People expected Ten Hag to land at Manchester United and unveil 4 signings with him. That was never going to happen. One thing I do like about this window, and I've continued to say this, is the players we have been linked with, I do like. There's been any strong links that we've had with anybody, I'm like, I understand, I can see why you would go in that for player, and that position needs to be helped as well. And with Ten Hag, we have a manager I believe in now. So this is why I'm more hopeful for this season, because even if he has inferior tools and inferior players, I think he can put a system in place to cover up players' deficiencies and weaknesses, and we can go away to certain places and get results. This is why this season I'm like, we should win the Europa League. To me, I'm really looking at that competition and going, we should target that competition and win it. Of course, injuries can happen, dropouts from the Champions League. If you get, say, a Bayern Munich or someone drop out, that's a diff. But we made it all the way to the final with Oli. So surely Ten Hag should be able to match that and do that. Yeah, it's optimistic, but because top 4 is going to be very tough to do. So I think the best possible chance we have of getting back into the Champions League is via the Europa League. But I'm just hoping to see attacking football, exciting football, a system of play, just the basics. Give me some cohesive pressing, some triangles, I'm saying, and a pattern of play and a way of playing where we go, all right, we know what we're trying to do here. So yeah, man, I told everyone, just chill out. We're going to sign players. I said this from the jump. United were never not going to sign anybody, but people like to complain.
I think you know where it is. We've got a comment here, Aziz. I want to come to you, Florence, to this one first. Why do you want a player who doesn't want you? I don't get it. It's really unusual. With this De Jong situation he doesn't want to leave, but then he's almost what do you call it? Has been like, Barcelona need the money. And obviously Barcelona can't afford the wages. That's what we're hearing from the latest rumors, that he has to have a wage cut.
Yeah.
But the more time, the more kind of time goes on now, because we're a month now into this, and people are telling me Myrtle Madness, and it's not really happened now, has it? You know what I mean?
Statman is talking to you, fam.
There you go. You know what I mean? Statman Baines. You know what I mean? Like I said to you, by the way, hold tight, Statman Baines. Hope you get better, bro. But right now, there hasn't been that Myrtle Madness. And before I bring up the Laporte comments here, are you in this kind of feeling that we should just persist with this, or do we look elsewhere? Because something's got to give. Something's got to give.
With me, it depends on what the hold-up is. If the hold-up is De Jong being 50-50 on landing, that's a whole nother issue, because you don't want players at your football club who don't want to be there. That's always been my stance, whether it's my favorite player, whether it's our best player, whether it's our worst player. If you don't have players at Manchester United who do not want to be there, that's a recipe for disaster. However, if the hold-up is wages, if it's the transfer fee, if it's agents' fees, that's a whole different conversation. Yes, we are no longer Manchester United of old. We need to sell De Jong the project. So if De Jong is waiting to see that, I'm fine with that. I don't know if people expected United to go in for De Jong, and De Jong says, yeah, I'm on my way. Like, who in their right mind would just come to Manchester United without thinking it through? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking if United came in for me, I'd go there strictly for the money. But I know from a footballing perspective, we ain't competing for major honors. So it depends on what the hold-up is. But I think people just need to wait and see. We don't know if he doesn't want to be here. Because I think if he didn't want to be here, he'd say no, and that's the end of that. So there's interest. But you got Barcelona, you got Manchester United. That's how I look at it personally. Yeah.
There's you've got the comments here. We have no intention of selling him. I will do everything in my power to make him stay, James. How does that fill you with confidence, James?
No, it doesn't. But then, like, what do you expect him to say? Do you expect him to say that we're desperate to sell him, and then therefore that drives the price down? I don't really know what people expect them to say when they give comments like this, because it's like you've asked the owner of a football club who's got a particular asset which is worth a certain value to comment on the asset, and you think he's going to just say, oh yeah, it's worthless, I don't really want it. It's like it's absolutely pointless. It's like you having a watch and someone going, oh yeah, is that real or is it fake? And you being like, yeah, it's fake, I'm trying to sell it. Like, you're just devaluing what you've got. It makes no sense, and then expecting to get top dollar for it. So I don't really see it. It's unsettling a little bit, but I don't know really what else I would expect him to say. The unsettling thing from my point of view is just the fact that we're on the 3rd of July. and we're still no closer than like 3 weeks ago, when basically the reports were the same, and different reporters are basically just rehashing the same story with slightly different words. And we put up that tactics board a while ago, right, where it was like, last week he was seduced, this week he's been romanticized, next week he's going to be followed.
They need to stop seducing, man. They need to stop seducing, innit? That's what I'm saying to you, man.
And just like, just nail the deal, man. Just sign the deal. Got the I's, cross the T's, done.
Exactly.
Serious, all this seducing stuff, just going for the kiss, man. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's what you have to do. Hella seducing, man. Going for the kiss.
Take a punt. Take a punt. You've all seen it, right? You go 90, they come 10. That's the deal. We need to go 90, man.
Exactly. This flawless, this next comment here, Man United are not the only ones who are after him. Laporte also pointed out in reference from Chelsea elsewhere in the Premier League. The more, again, like I said to you, my thing is, it's the more it carries on, it opens up a market for other players, so other teams to come in and maybe possibly delve into that, which they never probably had any right to kind of be in when United were the sole people involved. This is what it's a tricky situation. We're now deciding on add-ons, but the fact that Barcelona are buying in their time, so when their economic lever does kind of like settle, and maybe there's a cash injection or whatever, you know what I mean? It just buys time, and then De Jong's thinking, you know what? I just want to stay in Barcelona, and maybe I might take this wage cut. Maybe I might possibly do that. As time goes on.
So it's definitely a possibility that he could decide to stay. Do I believe we sign him? Yes, just because of how long and drawn out this is. Like I just said, literally like 2 minutes ago. If he didn't want to be at Manchester United, he would say no, and then that's the end of it. So there is interest there. In regards to other clubs being interested in him, James mentioned it there. Of course, Barcelona are going to say that. You're not the only club in for him.
You got the money up, innit?
Yeah, it's like going to view a house, or there's other people that are interested in this. Of course they're going to say that. That makes sense. Laporte said the same thing about Messi, and then he ended up going PSG. I think people don't understand that, and rightfully so. Owners and managers all have agendas. And he wants to raise the value of De Jong as much as possible to get as much money. So of course Chelsea interested in him, Real Madrid, everybody's interested in him according to him. Of course he's going to say that to try and rush Manchester United along. But this is all what negotiating is. I say this all the time. I think people think you make a bid on Monday, it's accepted, and then you unveil the player on Tuesday. It's like it really doesn't work like that. These deals take time, especially when you have new people in charge as well. New people take lead in negotiations and things like that. So that's why I'm with De Jong. If he wants to be here, we'll find out. If not, we move on and sign another midfielder. He's not the only midfielder out there. You know what I'm saying?
But that's going to be my other point. Big up to Zayn Biassi. He's come back to you, Flores. Says, Flores, if you don't buy a striker, you will finish mid-table. With Rafinha, we are still in for. He Martinelli and Jesus will be leading the Brazilian front. How will Varane and the Fridge cope? Well, listen.
If you don't finish mid-table now, we leave that to you lot. You lot finish 8th back-to-back. We don't do that here. We leave that to you. And Rafinha's not going anywhere near your football club. Like, let's just get that straight. It's going nowhere near your football club, Zayn.
He wants Barcelona. But again, it's a domino effect, isn't it? And that's the situation right now. Big up my guy, Premsy TV, man. Ronaldo going to Bayern Munich if he leaves Man United. Yeah. Listen, we're going to discuss that, man. Big up Premsy. We'll definitely discuss that. But James, when we talk about the actual situation here, what's your feeling that we're kind of waiting on it, stumbling? Is it because he actually wants to stay? Is it the actual, the wages that maybe Man United are not too keen on, and they want to kind of make a wage kind of bracket and whatnot? Because David De Gea is on the highest now, is it, or something like that? But what's stumbling this for you, man? Because we can get signings that Flores is talking about, other signings, but then again, Neves is touted at 100 million. Who else is out there for what we need? We lost Pogba. We've lost Matic.
When did Neves get touted as 100 million? Who said
that? I've seen 75. Yeah, I've seen a lot of money.
75 to 100 million. No.
See?
I think the 75 to 100 million pack was the manager came out, I think, once. He goes, if we don't really receive a bid of 100 million, we're not going to entertain it. I think he was joking around, but I'm saying it's going to be a lot more than we kind of anticipated. That's what I'm trying to say. Things go up.
That is, though. That's the United tax right there. You know what I'm saying? What we need to do is we need to get Leon and Arsenal to go in for him first, and then we go and swoop in. You know what I'm saying? And then we get a real valuation. That's a shout out to Leon and Arsenal doing our work for us. Appreciate it, my guys.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what I mean. So that's that kind of fear, isn't it, James? That you take on a lot of time with this one, and then other targets. You know what I mean? Man United might not have other targets because remember, Ten Hag gave a list to John Merle to go and get.
Oh, that famous list that we always hear about and never see, that every manager gives. Mourinho had loads of names on his list that he never got, including Maguire. Yeah, it's a strange one. I just think my main worry at the moment, I think on your question about like, what is it? It's probably a combination of all of the above, to be honest, mate. It probably is wages a little bit too high. It's probably Barca trying to free up money, probably United trying to save a bit of money, probably a bit of apprehension on Frenkie's side, you know, come in, club not in Champions League. What's Ten Hag going to do? All that kind of thing. And my main worry is we're a bit like Friend Zone FC at the moment, where we're basically the person, right, that's putting in all the graft with the girl, right? Putting in all the graft. We're making her feel really special, making her feel really loved, making her open up. Then Chelsea are the lad that just comes in at the end of the night, takes her home and does whatever. So we're putting all the hard work in, all the graft, and getting none of the reward, mate. Man United are going on the brunch date, and Chelsea are going out for dinner and back home afterwards. And that's my worry. We just piss about, wait for it. We just need to actually say it all the time. Stop being reactive FC and for sake, start being proactive FC. We need to go out and do stuff.
Exactly. And that's the situation, you know what I mean? Big up to my guy Noradin, man. He's saying, hey, comedy FC, here we go. Yeah, man, you just phoned me now, man. Sorry, I was on the show, man. But he goes, to be fair, this is on Barcelona. But if he stays, it would be a huge embarrassment for Man United. I mean, boy, flawless. That would be an embarrassment because Ten Hag's like, right, what can we do now? Let's get this done. It's the principles that Man United want to set. They say they don't want to pay over the odds, but then again, you're losing a target that right now we need because of less Paul Pogba. Oh, am I back now? Yeah.
Yeah, breaking up a little bit. I didn't know if it was me or not. Yeah.
Maybe if we had Paul Pogba, I think this would have been a kind of a little bit of a blow. But now we don't have Paul Pogba and Matic. It becomes a bigger blow, doesn't it?
It's one of them. Yeah, of course it'd be with Pogba leaving. That leaves a huge void in our midfield that was already lacking quality with him. Even with Pogba and Donny there, we still needed midfield reinforcement. So even if De Jong is here, we still need midfielders alongside him because we just don't have enough bodies. Never mind quality, we don't have quantity as well. So we're lacking both. But with it, I don't particularly care how it looks. If we don't get De Jong, but then we go and sign another midfielder of quality, like, so be it. Like, you are gonna get rejected. I'm not fussed about.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly fussed about how it looks. The worst thing about it is you get trolled by rival fans, and it's bad on social media. You get the likes of Zayn in the comments, and people will troll you. Like, outside of that, I don't particularly care as long as we get the quality in. So say we don't get De Jong and we sign Eriksen and another quality midfielder. That's still a good win.
That's what I'm saying. What quality midfielder are you gonna tell me that can provide what De Jong provides? You let me know.
Eriksen. I think Eriksen can. In that
position.
It depends what position he's going to play. Is he going to play as a 6? See, that deep line playmaker is a whole different conversation, and this is the big question mark that I find it's tough to answer this question because I don't know how Ten Hag's going to play. Do we line up with a 4-2-3-1 with 2 6s and a 10? Is it 4-3-3 with a single 6 and 2 8s? What does he want his 6s to do? Does he want a destroyer? Does he want someone who sweeps? Does he want someone, like you said, a deep line playmaker who picks the ball up off the back 4? These are all question marks. Players out there are like that. Obviously, what I would prefer is going to be different to what Ten Hag wants. But De Jong's not the only midfielder in the world. People act like that. Like, there's more girls out there, you know what I'm saying? Going back to the girl analogy. Like, one girl can reject, there's more females out there. It might feel like she's the only one in the world that's friend zone you, but move on. You know what I'm saying? You will be all right. I say this all the time. Good cars don't stay on the lot. All right, we're a mediocre car at the minute. But even mediocre cars don't stay on the lot. We'll be all right.
What if we right now you need a 10-10, but you know what I mean? You're not looking to go below that. Or what if you're looking to get at least a good kind of solid 9 in it? And if you go below that, you don't know what you're going to get on different days. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to let you know. I'm trying to use the analogy.
I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I hear you. Sometimes, of course, we all want 10-10s. Everyone wants a model wife. But then sometimes they don't work out like that. Sometimes you get an 8, a 7, you know what I'm saying? And you work with what you have. You have to understand where Manchester United are at currently in. But there is, all jokes aside, De Jong is not the only midfielder in world football that can improve our team. You know what I'm saying? A man say United missed out on Basuma. How do we know Basuma was wanted by Ten Hag?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I like Basuma personally. I think Basuma is a quality, but to say we missed out on him is incorrect because we never made a bid. There was no interest whatsoever, even though he is of a certain quality. You mentioned Neves already as well. Neves is another one I look at and go, he's a quality midfielder. Does Ten Hag want him? We do not know until Manchester United line up. And then once we 5-10 games in, then we'll have an idea of the type of midfielder he wants.
James, you know what I mean? When you look at that, you know, I think Neves would be the closest thing, not to De Jong, but in terms of he would give us creativity and it would give us a solid baseline in that midfield. You know what I mean? I'm looking elsewhere in Europe, and if you don't get De Jong, I'm not going to lie to you, man, I'm scratching. Obviously, if you go and get Eriksen and maybe he plays in the 8, and then you get Neves, and then you get a Bruno, again, that could be a nice little midfield that could be forming. But again, it's different to what originally Ten Hag wanted. I mean, where are you looking at now in terms of alternatives if we don't get De Jong? Because it can be a possibility, and we have to be ready for that possibility, you know?
It's kind of like Flawless said, we don't really know how they're going to play, right? Do you go and play with 1-6? Do you try and get someone like a Kante and then play with 2 8s? Do you try and play a double pivot and play Eriksen with like a Donny or someone back there and then play someone further forward in a 10? We just don't know how he's going to play. And should we be looking at a 10 or set up a 2 5s in Fred and McTominay? I don't know. Like, sometimes you just get what you give them, right? Like, I don't think there's a player like this. And as I've said before, I don't really play enough FIFA and Football Manager to reel off a list of players around Europe that would fit the bill. I can list a few players in the Premier League. Basuma's one, Kante's one, and Ndidi's another. That, you know, Jorginho's another that could fit in our midfield and do a job. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's not who I want that's important. It's who Ten Hag wants, and it's who fits his system. Because realistically, we can go on about, we don't know. Like we're guessing what his system is. Do you think he's coming and playing the exact same way that he does at Ajax?
No, the thing is, though, when you look at what he wants, and if we don't get the De Jong that we originally wanted, again, it's a massive pie in our face. It's literally like what, like you were told to get something. Okay, Barcelona, but then again, was it a risk to kind of go for a player that always wanted to stay? Then, James, it's kind of a risk, isn't it?
It is a risk, and to be honest, if we've got a new manager coming in for 4 years, and he says, "Listen, this is the biggest piece of my puzzle, right? This is like the biggest piece of my jigsaw. I want to get Frenkie in." And we can't, knowing the connection that Ten Hag has with Frenkie, that we can't get him in, and him being the major piece of our puzzle. That is a bit like one of the comments I said earlier. It is a bit egg on your face. It is a bit embarrassing. But again, like Flawless said, I have to agree. If we then go and replace with 2 other players, and we get Eriksen and another, and if we finish, say, 4th next season by some miracle, are we looking on the window as a negative just because we didn't get our number 1 target? You have to remember that our number 1 target under Mourinho was Harry Maguire. We didn't get Harry Maguire. We got him later on, and it didn't work out so well. So be careful what you wish for sometimes, because like I said, that 10 can turn into 2 5s or 3 3s and a 1 very, very very
Exactly, man.
Like
Big up to everybody who's watching, man. Over 600 is watching, only 123 likes, man.
Yo, guys, likes up, man. That's terrible. We should at least be halves, man. You know what I'm saying? Get the likes up. At least.
But they're moving like United, man. The transfer window. Maybe it's United that's rubbing on them. I don't know, man. But guys, if you can get the likes up to at least 300 by now, you know what I mean? Let's do it, people, man. And make sure you subscribe to Flawless. Like I said to you, 90 away from 4K. So people, make sure you subscribe. Sarcasm.
He's like 89 away. I subscribed yesterday.
I appreciate
there you
that,
go.
Man. Thank you, man.
I forgot.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man.
Exactly.
Thank you, James, man.
You know what I mean? So, you know, this is a situation now, Flawless. You know what I mean? It's at what point would you be worried about this De Jong situation in terms of into pre-season, 2 weeks left in the transfer window, or is there no time for you? Just as long as you go and get him, where would you kind of like be worried about the signing?
There's no time because everyone's complaining about the prep if the results right. If we sign him the last day of the window, everyone will be up in arms about it. If he gets to Manchester United and we sign him the last day of the window and he's our player of the season, everybody will forget. People want to complain about the preparation, but if the results right, we don't care. It's kind of like when people always talk about, playing the beautiful way and playing attacking football. Manchester United played awful football this season and won every game 1-0 and scored 38 goals over the 38 game season and won the league. Would any of us care? No. I'm saying you get that one guy who would be bothered. Oh, we got to play better football. It's all about results. Football is like it shuts up 99.9% of people. So this is why I don't worry about the prep. Would I prefer De Jong to be here already? Yes. But look at where Manchester United are. Like I keep saying, we have a new manager in, new coaching staff. We've promoted from within. So everybody, Woodward's no longer doing the negotiations. We have new people in charge doing new things. And also on top of that, our reputation is in the bin. People forget that.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
people
true.
see us coming and add value. You know what I'm saying? Transfer fees,
Facts.
wages, etc., etc. And people fail to also, we're not an attractive proposition at this moment in time. We're not. Like, look at us. You could argue we are the 6th best team in the country. Like that is a genuine debate that could be had. And if someone said that,
we're not that
I
club
wouldn't
anymore,
argue them
man.
down.
It's true.
And people fail to realize we're not that. So yes, we're going to struggle to get De Jong. Like if this was City or Liverpool going in for him, probably different. But they're guaranteeing competing for trophies and winning trophies. So yeah, that's how I look at it. Is again, do I want De Jong? Yes. Will I be concerned if we haven't signed him towards the end of August? Yes. But I'm just saying, have a backup plan. There has to be a plan B because there's no guarantee we are going to sign him. So there has to be some form of plan B, even if it is for one season. James mentioned it. Even if it was a Kante and an Eriksen, it's not ideal, but it's miles better than what we have. It's all about improving. But people want the perfect window.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sold on Kante. I'm not sold on Kante.
I'm not sold on him. I'm just using him as an example.
As an example, okay.
That's just an example. I personally wouldn't. I'd take Kante for the correct fee in the correct role. I don't want him playing first team football, but like I say, people want the perfect window, and it's like, we've seen City going for Kane last year and not getting him. These things happen, but no one's talking about it. You know why? Because they won the league.
And they're in a better position when we are. The emphasis on them it's not because we're in a very precarious situation and they're just winning league titles, so they can afford to do that. They can afford for Grealish not to have the best season possible. They can afford that, but right now Man United can't afford it, and that's why it becomes so significant. That's why it becomes so poignant, if you want to call it, man. Joe Abdi says, I think he says, "Wallahi, your club is finished." And 2001 says, "Top show, lads. I'm getting sick of the De Jong deal. Move on and let's get Fabian Ruiz." Well, listen, again, you know what I mean? Napoli look at the situation and be like, nah, we can't be selling our player with 3 weeks to go to the season and we can't buy anyone. You know what I mean? So this is a very, very situation here where ultimately the domino effect will happen. And that's why, James, I'm going to start off with you. Ronaldo wants to leave. He's not happy by the club's ambition. He's not happy by the lack of signing. From what I was reading, it was saying that he expected signings to happen. I mean, I don't know what Ronaldo was sold in a project by whoever was telling him, but he was absolutely played, mate. You know what I mean? But I've always said about United, right, James, yeah? They're very, very good at selling. They're the best salesmen ever. They are very, very good at pitching things to you. They will literally sell things, you know what I mean? If you were outside now, they could sell you, I don't know, a piece of paper. Like, they're so good at what they can do. And then later on, you actually find out, this isn't what I signed up to. This is not what I kind of thought that this club was. But what have you made about the Ronaldo situation, man?
Well, Man United can sell ice to Eskimos, mate, can't they? They've obviously sold something. Wow. They sold the project to Ten Hag. They sold the same one to Ralph Rangnick. And I think both of those have realised very quickly that it's not going to happen. And I'm probably different to a lot of the Manchester United fan base that I've seen on social media at the moment. And we can't let Ronaldo go, mate. We can't. And I'm seeing people saying, let him go. No one's bigger than the club. Just let him go. I
like this opinion. I like it, man. I like that
opinion. I don't think we can afford to. I really, really don't. You talked about like what we can afford to do at the moment. If we're City and if we're proactive and we replace and, scout players and stuff years in advance and do that, that's absolutely fine. But we're not. When Ten Hag was interviewed in his first press conference, what does Ronaldo bring? Goals. That's what he brings. We played last season. We had our worst ever season in the Premier League. We got 58 points and had a 0 goal difference. Ronaldo scored 18 of those goals. Where would we be without Cristiano Ronaldo? And that's bottom half of the table. And I'm sick of hearing all these arguments about, the season before Ronaldo, we were second. Yeah, Liverpool had Van Dijk out with an injury. Chelsea were awful. It was a freak season. Like, it's not relevant. Greenwood also was there. He's not anymore. Rashford's form has fallen off a cliff. Martial was a different player who's just failed on loan. We need Cristiano Ronaldo. If you think we're selling him and replacing him with weeks of the window left, you are absolutely living in cloud cuckoo land, mate. Cloud cuckoo land. Unfortunately, what's happened is if he'd have decided he was going to go earlier on in the window, then we could have allocated a higher portion of the budget for a striker. And maybe we could have looked at a Darwin Núñez or someone like that. But he was never going to come in and be a second string striker and play fiddle to Ronaldo. So now we're left in a situation where we're trying to get a first choice striker in if Ronaldo goes, when the two main options have gone. They've been taken off by City and Liverpool. And now it's like, what are we left with? Maybe you guys can name players that can do a job, but I don't think anyone's coming into this, frankly, piss poor Man United team and scoring 24 goals in all competitions. And if you think Martial's doing that, no chance. I'm a big Charlie McNeil fan, but at the end of the day, not ready. Is Alanga doing it? No. Rashford? No. Like, we need CR7, man. We absolutely need it. Part of me inside, I'm sure we'll get onto this, but part of me does think he'll stay. I really do. I think it's an ambition thing. I think it's kicking the board up the arse and saying, listen, I'm Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm the most ambitious player ever in the history of the sport. You've told me that you're ambitious. Show it. Because at the moment, you're giving me nothing. He's already said that Ten Hag's a brilliant manager and he wants to work under him, but he needs more. And we're not giving him more, mate. It's not fair. I feel like Ronaldo deserves more. And people have said, oh, we're the only club. I mentioned it yesterday. We're the only club that would go in for their ex and, you know, be excited by their ex coming back. And I was like, yeah, if your ex is Jennifer Lopez and she's still fire at 50, mate, then I'm going back in for it. It's simple. The guy scores goals. People need to realise he scores goals. Guaranteed. 18 a season. We need it.
Big up to Keenan. He says Ronaldo and 45 million for Osimhen. He's a young beast. You know what I mean? Osimhen of Napoli. I don't know if Napoli was sell though. I'll be honest with you. They're in Champions League football. They've got more to offer for Osimhen. You know, it's a big risk coming to Man United, but you know the thing is, I'm gonna counteract that. You know what I mean? To maybe you, Flawless, in terms of, you know, the goals are coming, but the problem is, would he fit into the Ten Hag system? I think Ten Hag might be saying that just because he wants to get on a good positive note and then later on deal with the problems when you get to it. You don't want to kind of say Ronaldo's old and all this and that, and he might struggle to what I want to do. You find out when you get to the situation. But James makes a few good points, but in terms of, you know, I'm not sure if you want to keep a player if he doesn't want to be here. That's my only kind of situation. Where are you on this with Ronaldo's situation? Do you agree
That's
with
my
James?
exact standpoint. Forget, because I knew that, because me and James have had conversations on here before about Ronaldo, so I knew where we was going to go. But before I even get onto like his ability and whether he affects the team, you hit the nail on the head there, Saeed. If a player does not want to be here, let him go. I've said that before. I've said that again. Pogba was my favorite player who was here. And the whole time, well, not the whole time, the majority of the time he was here, I was saying that. If Pogba doesn't want to be here, why is he still here? Why have him and his representatives and whoever the manager was at the time and the Manchester United representatives not sorted that out? And that's the same with Ronaldo. That's exactly my stance with it. And I feel that way about whether it's my favorite player, whether it's a first teamer, or whether it's a backup player, no matter what they add to the team. Because no good can come from that. No good can come from that as well. So I'm saying if that is the case. So let's talk as if the rumor is true. Because I said this before the season ended. As soon as it looked like Manchester United were not going to be in the Champions League, I said there's no guarantee Ronaldo stays. Ronaldo wants to play Champions League football, number one. Number two, he still wants to play week in, week out. I'm saying, and number three, he still believes he's still at that level. And he's no longer at that level. Like all this talk about Champions League, and I love Ronaldo. Like I said, one of my favorite Manchester United players, one of my favorite players of all time. You ain't done nothing in the Champions League since you left Real Madrid. He's not reached the quarterfinal. Go look at what happened at Juve when he was there and who they went out to. Look at what happened when he was here. Is it all on him? No. Back into the Ten Hag thing. Does Ronaldo add goals? Absolutely. Ronaldo will always score goals. That is my point. I genuinely believe if Ronaldo was here at 42 years old, he would still score goals for Manchester United because he's a goal scorer. But eventually, we need to move on. Like Cam said it, big up to my guy Cams. The nostalgia around Ronaldo is nuts. People, I legit believe some of our fans would have him leading our line at 45 years old because he's Cristiano Ronaldo in name only, genuinely. And it's like, when is enough is enough? There's no other top club who is trying to challenge in Europe for the Champions League and domestically that has a 38-year-old leading their line week in, week out. Now, if Ronaldo stays in a reduced role, cool. I have no qualms with that. But I've said it before and I say it again. was actually having this conversation with my pops earlier. He's the new age.
They got the pops, man.
Yeah, large up my pops, man. Flawless Senior G. But like my pops is what's it called? He's the new age Van Nistelrooy in terms of, yes, he'll give you goals, but it's at the detriment of the team. And it is at the detriment of the team because he doesn't want to play Europa League. Let's say hypothetically that's true. You're part of the reason we're in the Europa League. It's a team game, you know. You're a part of that reason. Like, let's not dispute that, because had he landed last season and Manchester United had won the league, we'd be hailing him up and praising him and praising other players. But when the team fails, he's no criticism towards him. Nah, you're a part of that. Because some of you scored your goals in spurts, yes, all well and good. Where would we be without him? Probably lower, yes. But you need to add more to the team. I say this all the time. He gives you goals and not really much else. And this is why when you look at the teams that are in for him, I don't think he goes Bayern Munich. We're talking Napoli. Chelsea.
And Napoli today, I don't know if I think they distanced themselves from the situation. You know
Napoli,
what I mean?
No disrespect. Where did Napoli finish in Serie A?
I think third.
So the third best team in Serie A is going now. Well, like I said this before, man, and I didn't want this to happen again. This is why I didn't initially want Ronaldo to come back. The stream still up. Me and Statman Baines was on a stream when the deal was announced, and I said Ronaldo was never the answer to the question. I'm saying shout out to my guy Surfer as well.
Winner Surfer, man. He's saying what he's saying. CR37 for this.
No. You can keep Werner, man. Werner.
Someone tried to troll me yesterday on my calling show, but he was like, "Yo, Werner in it and whatnot. We'll give it to you." You know what is? Yeah, big up to everybody watching. By the way, nearly 1,000 people watching, man. Let's get the likes up. But I think James, it's one of the situations where if we're gonna have a new project on the Ten Hag, something's got to give. You know what I mean? We've got to sacrifice something for the greater gain. Maybe of what we're trying to build in the future. Ronaldo isn't going to be the future, James. So right now, if there's going to be a time to get rid of Ronaldo because he wants to leave, but if there's a time for us to plan past Ronaldo, now is the time, because we've got a new manager, it's a new era, we've got even new structure, we've got Myrtle Madness, we've got so many stuff going on. Like, I'm not even trying to banter here, but we've got
you battering with that.
You know what I mean?
You battering with that, but
we've got Richard Arnold speaking to the fans at a pub. This is meant to be a new era. He's saying that Woodward's not going to be controlling transfer windows. It's meant to be a new era, so let's start the new era post Ronaldo, so we don't have to rely on him heavily. I mean, is that not a fair case?
It's a very fair case, mate. But I think you think we're all disagreeing on something that we're not. I completely agree that the future isn't Cristiano Ronaldo. We know that. We can all agree that. Ten Hag has got a 4-year contract. Cristiano Ronaldo will not be here for 4 years. So I have no problem in saying that we shouldn't build a team around Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm not one of the fans that thinks he's going to be here at 45 years old leading the line. Obviously, he's not. Yeah. What I'm saying is our budget this season is realistically going to be 120, 150 million. You want to spend 80 million of that or something, or 60 million replacing Ronaldo? I just think we're in a better position if we keep Ronaldo and bring Frenkie de Jong and strengthen other areas of the team. I really do. Like, I think eventually, obviously, the striker role needs replacing. But where's all this money coming from that we're replacing? Because you can make the same argument for De Gea. De Gea is a problem going forward. It's a perfect time to replace De Gea. New manager coming in, wants to play loads of possession-based football. Let's now replace a keeper that's better with their feet. But again, if we've only got 150 million, are you spending 40 million of that on a goalkeeper at the moment? No. And we've just signed, or we're about to sign, a left back. And people were getting gassed about it. And I'm like, that's probably 6th on my list of positions that I would have addressed. Someone else across the forward line, a CDM, another midfielder, a right back, a centre back, and then maybe a left back.
So it's probably James, I'd like to see a whole new 11, but I understand your point. But
we all would like to make the case and everything, but this is my point, right? We probably all would like to see another like a complete new 11, and there's not anyone that I'm emotionally attached to that I wouldn't mind seeing gone if they had the ability to be replaced. And we know for a fact that we're not replacing Ronaldo with someone that's scoring the same amount of goals as him next season. And you can talk about style of play and bringing more to the team and all this. I'll put it back to Flawless, and he kind of touched on it before, and I think he would have agreed with me. But if we put Rashford or Martial in instead of Ronaldo last season, because Ronaldo was at the detriment of the team, and we higher or lower in the league? We're lower.
Yeah, we probably are. Yeah, we probably are low. With the replacement of the goals, I don't think you go and get one man to replace all his goals. The new guy who goes in and the right winger, whoever that is, say it's a new right winger, then the goals will be shared. Like I said, there's a reason that he landed and the goals and assists dried up for everybody else. And that's not a shot at him. Like I said, he is just no longer it anymore. Like, it's not Ronaldo of 08. This isn't Ronaldo in 2014 at Real Madrid. This is Cristiano Ronaldo in 2022 at 37 years old. And it pains me to admit it, but it's like, I made the analogy last week on the show about your favorite rapper putting out a bad album or your favorite singer, and people don't want to call it a bad. It's about, like, it is like, yeah, you're gonna get a couple bangers because they're still a quality artist, but he's just not it anymore. And the teams that are going in for him let you know. He's moved twice now. Who went in for City said no. We were the only option. That's why he came here. Look at the teams. Like, if Bayern Munich going for him, bad decision. Look who's in Chelsea. Don't want him. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's the owner. You're talking.
Do United have any fault in this? Do United have any fault in this?
Of course we have.
I'm
fault
not
in
gonna lie
this.
to you. You know what it is? I'll be honest with you. I think for once here, I'll be honest with you. I think he's just kind of made his mind up in terms of his ambition to play Champions League football is what's really set the precedent. I'm not gonna lie to you. He knew what Man United state they're in. He knew we're not competing for trophies. He knew, like, you're not stupid, bro. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Ronaldo, I'm sorry.
You're making my point, Saeed. We were the only option for him, because if all of those things were true, let's say hypothetically they are true, the rumors about I want to go to a team that's consistently in the Champions League and consistently fighting for top.
We've never been
We've not done that. We've not done that for 8 years. So unless you've just not been watching or you've not done your homework, what's gone on there? That's what makes me know and lets me know.
Maybe United have sold him a project that is.
What project did we sell you? There's no way. What did we sell you with? What did we sell you with Ollie at the helm of that team? It's the same, and to put it on, like, I use Lingard as that example as well. Lingard's a player who I rate and I believe could have been a good squad player. And when he stayed, why did you stay? What made? He was probably promised first team football over who? Ronaldo landing, Sancho landing, Rashford's there. That's free right there. Never mind number 11, and we ain't going to talk about what happened with him. He's there as well. You got Bruno. You got one. Like, what made you think go elsewhere and be successful? So that's my thing is, and that's what it is with Ronaldo now. Nobody, and it pains me, no one wanted him. That's why he came here. If City would have stumped up the money, he would have went to Manchester City. And you know what? I said it before and I said it then and I say it now. Should have let him go. No way we should have went in for it.
Commercially, the United were always going to want him. That's the sorry to cut you off. That's the problem right there. When the conversation comes up with him, it's always his goals and then off the field stuff. What he adds to the dressing room. How about skill? Where's the skill? Please, maybe training.
Because when we talk about Lewandowski, or we're talking about Benzema, or we're talking about Haaland, talking about teams we're trying to catch, there are players who are mentioned in those areas. The skill set is mentioned. Yes, he scores goals. I've said this. He could be playing here at 45 years old and will score goals. Ronaldo will forever score goals because he's a goal scorer and he's good enough to still get in positions to score goals. But is that going to win Manchester United trophies?
That's the biggest question. Go on, James.
Go on, James.
I was going to say, I don't know. I just think it depends what you like. Like, so when we'll have a conversation, I'm sure at some point about like great Man United greats and stuff. And if people ask me, like, Wayne Rooney's up there, right? Like, Wayne Rooney's like all-time record goal scorer, and he's up there as a forward. But when people ask me who's the greatest striker I've ever seen, I give the answer Ruud van Nistelrooy for my club.
I hear that.
Yeah.
And you can say proper tapping merchant, but will always get you goals. So Cristiano Ronaldo's response to that would be, I don't care, Karim Benzema, if you're still doing it in the Champions League final. I don't care, Robert Lewandowski, what you're doing. Show me your 815 goals. Show me them. Because I can show you every single one of mine.
Yeah, and that's all well and good. But like I say, that's great for Ronaldo. This is a team sport. So like individuals, I'm all about the team and what you add to the team. Because I would give away anybody to get Benzema. I'd swap Benzema for Cristiano Ronaldo right now. Because he improves our team. Not only does he score goals, of course he adds to the team. Like, look at what Benzema does for Real Madrid. Yes, he scores goals, but he adds so much more.
He offers more. Yeah.
Like, this is my point: is you can offer more than just go like that. In the game now is dead. That's why Van Nistelrooy was moved on. We three-peated and won the Champions League. But Van Nistelrooy is still one of the best strikers I've ever seen at Manchester United. I agree, stone cold finisher, but he wasn't what was best for the team. And that's where I see Ronaldo with, and that's not a shot at him. He's 37, 38 years old. I'm not expecting that of any 37. I think that's unfair on him. But that's why he shouldn't have been brought in. And the people making those decisions were wrong to make that decision. This hasn't worked out. And now he wants to leave. And I think
it's worked out for him because he's got his goals, he's got the thing. But I think overall as a project, Man United, I think at a time when people ask me, right, go and get Cristiano Ronaldo. I remember I did a show with Rants, I think. I said, Cristiano Ronaldo, go and get a DM. I said, go and get a DM. But at the same time, when he came in, I just appreciated when Ronaldo came. I was like, you know what? Let's run it back in it. Let's bring back the nostalgia moment. But right now, at this minute, James, we have to look forward. We can't keep thinking about the goals. And I think there has to be a balance, people. There's a lot of people in the comments saying, since when was a game not about goals? I get that, but there has to be a balance in this game where you've got to have the hold-up play. You've got to be good technically. And there was games where Ronaldo was lacking that in terms of maybe the age was catching up to him. Cavani abandoned us. Martial was having, gridlock with the football club. We had so much mess going on at Old Trafford. Now, James is thinking about where do we go now? What's the angle now? Because Ronaldo wants to leave. I'm literally thinking about the time we have rather than the time we don't have. And right now, Ronaldo wants to leave. So let's have that in our mind, James. Ronaldo wants to leave. Who else is out there that's going to come? I'm not ready for Martial proving me again. I'm sorry. I'll tell you right now, people. I'm not here for Martial. Okay, I've worded that wrong. I hope Martial proves me wrong. But I think my patience has gone with Martial. I think the fans booed him at Old Trafford, didn't they? I didn't boo him, by the way, but the fans booed him. It's another situation of the fans again in uproar. Martial not going to give us goals. Well, then go and get a striker now. You know Ronaldo's leaving. Go and get a striker, James. You have to go and get a striker.
The thing is, right, when you're talking projects and long term, I'll go back to the budget once again, man. At the end of the day, we have a better season next season if we have £150 million. Ronaldo stays, we sign a right winger, we sign a midfielder, and we sign a CDM. They create more chances for Ronaldo and more chances for the team. We score more goals. If we don't sign a CDM and another midfielder, we spend over half the budget on a striker to replace Ronaldo. We don't create as many chances for that striker. We don't score as many goals, and we don't necessarily play that football as a team. So yes, long term, he has to be replaced. Not doubting that in the slightest. Not doubting it at all. But with the budget as it is at the moment, unless he is physically forcing his way out, right? If he's actually forcing his way out and says, listen, I'm going to go. There's nothing you can do to stop me. This club's got no ambition.
How have you interpreted it, James? Sorry to cut you off. How have you interpreted Ronaldo leaving? Are you still have hope that he still stays because if we get transfers, is that where your kind of hope is?
And James, before you continue, it's not hope. There's 1K of you. Sorry to cut you off. There's 1K people watching. Get the likes up, you lot. You know what I'm saying? There's 1,000 people, which is cold. Yo, we even got 300 likes. Look at the show we putting on, man.
Bro,
I'm saying get the likes up in that.
Come on, people.
You wish United could put on these shows at Old Trafford. Get the likes up. Sorry to cut you off, James.
You know what I mean? Look at the 300 we got.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all right. I agree, man. But yeah, I agree. Sorry, man. Lost train of thought. Too busy getting annoyed at only 300 likes.
Yeah, but you know, it's true, man. It's true. You know what I mean?
You're talking about Ronaldo forcing his way out. That was it. If Ronaldo was
Ronaldo forcing his way out. Are you?
Yeah, I mean, I genuinely, and this isn't a hope, or an expect. I genuinely think he will stay. I genuinely think the whole thing is put out by him and his agent to try and force the board's hand into getting into matching his ambition. I think he loves the club, and I do think he'll stay. As I said, I'd quite happily see him here for one more season, and then us spend this season scouting someone, recruiting a striker, potentially signing it in January so they come on July the 1st when the window opens. And then I'm all happy for that. I'm perfectly happy to see Ronaldo go then. But I just think it's an ambition thing. I don't necessarily think it's a Champions League thing, which is ironic because normally Ronaldo is all about personal records and personal things. I actually just think I was sold this project. I was told that the club had ambition. They signed me, which showed they had ambition. They signed Varane. They signed Jadon Sancho. They've got this new manager. They've replaced Ed Woodward. Mertz has come in. Arnold's moved position. They've got rid of the scouts. They're showing all this ambition, apparently. But I want you to actually show it. And until those people sign, then it's not matched. And he's got every right to leave. And just as a last thing, by the way, I know we're coming to the end in a bit, but I'm on 4%. So if I randomly cut off, then I apologise.
No. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Hopefully that 4% is like Man United's transfer window, man. We use it wisely. Carries on. Yeah. Exactly. And you know what it is, man? I think flawless. Like right now, I think for me right now, we end up we what's the word I'm looking for? Like we look at Ronaldo and say, right, let's just say his wishes, and you know what? Let's move on. Let's accept his wishes and let's move on, people. Because I think I'm tired of the whole saga. Because this will take over the transfer window. Because Man United can't do two things at once. They will literally be like, oh, what's going on? Ronaldo, is he going? John Mendes, where's he gone now? Is he gone buy it? Like they said now, he's not for sale. But at the same time, you've got to accept his wishes, man. You've got to let him go, man. I'm sorry. You've got to, man. There's no point waiting around. He said, I want to leave. Like, he doesn't say that. And when have you ever seen Ronaldo say he wants to leave and then not go by his opinion? He did it at Juventus as well.
Yeah. And again, my stance will remain the same on everybody. Like, I get what James is saying about struggling to replace him and the transfer budget. But Spaniards always get thrown in the works. Because I would have this energy if this was Sancho. I'd have this energy if this was Varane. I would have this energy if this was whoever, like whatever player it is, because no good can come from that. And if United need to juggle things around and move things around, then so be it, and it has to be done. Like I said, let's say hypothetically, someone said, "Oh, we don't know," so we're talking hypothetically as if this is true, people. But it's not a surprise to me. This is not a surprise to hear this, considering the situation we're in and how we know how Ronaldo is. So again, if he doesn't want to be here, you figure that out. I'm saying this is what the manager gets paid big money for. This is what the other players get paid big money for. This is what the United higher-ups get paid big money for. This is what you look like. Do your work. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like we ain't winning no league. We're not in the Champions League. The best, I think I said already anyway, with or without Ronaldo, is top 4. That's the very best this gets. I'm looking at the Europa League and the domestic trophy.
What about right now? Without Ronaldo and possibly De Jong in the year?
It remains our ceiling. To me, our ceiling though, with De Jong and Ronaldo, say we signed De Jong and we signed a couple other players and Ronaldo came and Ronaldo stayed, the ceiling to me is still the same. Those players are not enough to bridge that gap. The best we can do, and I say this, but again, is to me is top 4 and 4th place. 4th place is the best we can do at the very best. Winning the Europa League and the domestic trophies are the ones to target. We're not winning no Premier League. We're not in the Champions League.
I'm still sticking by 5th, me. I'll be honest with you. I still think...
No, that's why I'm saying...
Yeah. And Europa League. I want Europa League,
saying,
maybe.
Of course, the Europa... I'm saying target the Europa League. I've said that. Target that. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think James might come back. Yeah, he might come back, people. Yeah, I'll let you know what happens with that one. But you know what it is? It's one of the situations. And people, make sure you follow Sarcasm City. The link is in the pin chat. So all you have to do is hit that pin chat. It takes you to Sarcasm City without having to leave this stream. So then we can get to Flawless, because there's 1,000 people here. So I don't see why we can't reach Flawless to 4K, man.
Go get to the Sarcasm City TV YouTube and go follow the Twitch as well, because you get extra content on there. Sarcasm City TV, go to the Twitch.
There you go, man. So people, and obviously hit the like button as well on the video, man. You know what I mean? This is pure. I like this show, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, Andy's not here today, but we got different opinions on this show. And that's what it's all about. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. And what I like about the situation is, I'm just at that situation where I'm more concerned about De Jong leaving, not coming, than Ronaldo leaving. Like, I don't know how that is even possible, but I think I've matured into that type of fan now. I think there's a lot of fans who, you know what, I don't blame them for loving Ronaldo. He's an idol to them. He's someone that they look up to. He's a figure for them. He's almost like a, you know, there's super fans out there that only support Ronaldo. I get that. You can do whatever you want. But as my team and as my United Flawless, De Jong is more important towards than Ronaldo.
If you are like that, be honest. If your feelings over facts and you turn around and say, I'm feelings over facts, cool. Then I know I'm not getting logic from you. I'm getting more emotion from you. I look at this logically. I love Ronaldo. I'm a super Ronaldo stan. I'm old enough to remember Ronaldo signing initially, people. I remember him signing initially with the 2 blonde bits in his hair and thinking, yo, who's this winger called Ronaldo? Cold. You know what I'm saying? With the number 7 shirt on his back. Like, all right. We cooking. I watched all his games. I remember his whole reign. I say this all the time. One of my favorite Manchester United players ever. But this is no longer 2008. This is 2022. And for where Manchester United are trying to go, Ronaldo is not it. Big or brushy. He's not it. And I said this, you know what I'm saying, before we signed him. And it was unpopular because I seen this on the horizon. And now look. Like,
yeah. Big up to Biase says Tielemans agreed personal terms with Arsenal. I'm sure they agreed personal terms in like January or something. So nothing's really changed.
I thought you agreed personal terms with Rafinha as well, Zane. That's what I heard.
Yeah, Rafinha. You know what I mean?
Rafinha,
that's why for me, I don't buy into that personal terms bullshit, man. You know what I mean? A verbal agreement or let's just get the bid down, because I'm just looking at it, I'm thinking as well, when you look at it, Flawless, in terms of the Martinez situation now, even that's looking a bit. Arsenal now will try and ramp up the situation with that one as well. Like, how do we go with that one as well? Like, because if you don't get that one, you got Ronaldo situation hovering now, you got De Jong situation hovering, then you've got the Martinez situation hovering. This is a time, this is a litmus test for the Myrtle madness, isn't it? Like, that's why when people said to me, like, give credit to Myrtle, like, I don't understand this, Flawless here, but people thought I was negative. Like, why do you call me negative? People said to me, give credit. I'm like, what am I giving credit for? I've not seen anything. And then I said to Statman yesterday, yeah, listen, I said to him, yeah, blame your boy.
Hey, Bainesy, hold this. You know what I'm saying?
Which side are you going to take now? Myrtle or Ronaldo? Like, which side are you taking, bro? Because right now, Ronaldo's leaving because this is what the reports are saying, because he's seen a lack of action in the transfer window and he's finding out the club is not serious. So, John Myrtle and Statman, this is on you because you've backed John
Bainesy,
Myrtle.
hold that, man. So hold you, Bainesy, hold that.
And then what he tried to say to me, he goes, you know what he tried to say, though? What he tried to say was very, very clever. He goes, well, you got what you wanted anyway. This is the real madness, Ronaldo leaving. I was like, that's besides the point, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's besides the point.
Bainesy tried to be slick, yo.
He tried to switch it on me, you know?
He did.
He tried to switch on me.
Bainesy tried to be
I got
slick.
time for Baines, innit? But yo, man, come on, Baines, man. Where is it? Is it Myrtle madness or you wanted Ronaldo to leave? Like, what is it? Like, what is it, bro? So, you know what it is, man? I don't know, man, but this is a crucial week, man. And we got the preseason. These men are leaving on Friday, you know, and it's only Malacia that's coming in now. Because I don't think this De Jong thing's happening until at least a couple of weeks. Like, I can't see it happening
That's a
overnight.
positive step in it. Malacia landing is a positive step in the is a positive step. That's a big step in the right direction. Like, our left backs, Shaw gets away with murder. He gets away. He's been here so long. And it's just underperformed. And people act like it's okay. Like, he is the figurehead of mediocrity. He sums up, man. If one player sums up Manchester United in the last 8 years, it's Luke Shaw.
Yeah, exactly.
Mediocre. Like, he needs to be just give me some P. I don't even know. I've seen Malacia play once. Just give me some P and P down the left-hand side from left back. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I was asking for. Just give me some.
And you know what is it? You know, the Pogba situation proved everything, innit? Like, the guy said, well, if you want me, come and pay the money, innit? Like, and there was a situation with the Martial situation when Cavani didn't want to be there. Ronaldo had just come in. Martial was treated unfairly. Then he wanted out. You know what I mean? So when you look at the situation, you look at the Johnny situation. We bought him a player. We didn't play him because we were reluctant to keep on McFred. You know, Eric Bailly being given a contract and then all of a sudden being, like, you know, frozen out the team. You know, it's so weird, this football club, man. It's very, very kind of
decisions.
You know what it is, bro? Like, I'm not trying to put any kind of, like, I'm not saying that Pogba is right or whatnot, but it's very, very kind of much situation of this football club is not run correctly. And we can get a new structure in place and it can make it look like it's all good. But ultimately, it's not good enough, man. And you know what, Sean? There isn't no protest because people are just protesting for signings. I'm not about that, bro, because at the end of the day, we get a new toy and then it's like back to same old, man. So I'm not really about that anymore. I'll be honest with you, man. People are just protesting for signings when reality, you should be looking at the situation thinking, what is going on at this football club? Like, what are you protesting for? Because we could go get 3-4 signings tomorrow.
Yo, people, you said
it.
People are Egypt. Because like I said, man, I'm legit convinced, and I keep saying this, people would have Ronaldo playing up front at Manchester United when he's 45.
Yeah, there
just
you go.
He's United. People don't want what's best. A lot of fans don't want what's best for Manchester United. They want what's best for their favorite players. You know what? I want what's best for Manchester United. And if that happens to be one of my favorite players, cool. Ronaldo is one of my favorite players of all time, people. He cracks my top 5 of all time with Brazilian Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Kaká, Zidane. But, yo, it's 2022, man. It's a wrap. Yeah. The show is over. Draw the curtains, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Draw the curtains. And on that note, you know what I mean? We are going to draw the curtains. Big up to Mustafa with his final chat. He says, you deserve the likes and followers. You're one of a few United fans who preach the truth. Listen, it's all good, man. We're just trying to give you good content, people, man. And you know what I mean? Make sure, people, like I said to you, pin chat. I don't know how many we're now left to. How many are we? Check, bro, please, because I want to try and achieve this now, man. Because if this is 900 of a year, I don't know why we can't do it, people, man. So I want you guys to subscribe to Flawless. Let's get into 4K, people. And yeah, make sure you like the video as well, because I think we're on over 900 of his here. So if we get at least 500 likes, people, That'll be good, and then we can build up from there, man. How many are we away from it?
It is. We're at 3,922 right now, fam. 3,922.
Make sure, people, there's 80 of you. 80, what's that? 70, 78?
What, dude, 92.
I think that's
something like that. Yeah. My maths is bad, fam. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, exactly. People, subscribe to his channel. 78 of you out of 900 only have to subscribe. So, people, like the video, subscribe to Flawless. You got anything going on tonight so they can find out?
What have we got coming up tonight? Yes, probably. It's either going to be, so it'll probably be a Q&A, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on the YouTube channel, people. Sarcasm City Sports Q&A that I do every Sunday, every Wednesday. They're on, but then on the Twitch, we run them as well. And the Q&As, you lot in the comments run the show. You lot in the comments run the show, and you get to ask us any sporting question. So it's not just Manchester United related. It can be other teams. It can be basketball. It can be boxing. It can be other sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that would be content, bro. You know what I mean? I wish we could do that, but we got to give some content. But listen, people, obviously, the ones who are watching on playback as well, make sure you subscribe to Flawless as well.
Big, man.
And then
get over to the Twitch now as well, people. Don't forget about the Twitch. Head over there.
Twitch as well. Yeah, over there as well. And yeah, man, enjoy the rest of the evening. Tomorrow, I'll be back with Luridin. Weight FC. I'm joining the crew, man. It's a Weight FC party tomorrow on the Straight Jacket podcast, 5:30, man. Honestly, I'm emotionally detached from transfers now. I'm just kind of wait and see. We'll see what happens.